Hola, hola. Welcome to DXdev Weekly Developer Call 21 of March 2023. We are going to be doing the usual roundup of DXdev technical progress in this past year. Happy spring! I'm reading on the chat. It's actually how do you say otoño in English?
Autumn.
Fall. Okay. Autumn. Yeah, autumn. So yeah, it's autumn here. It's still very warm, very warm. Feels like summer. Yes, I was surfing yesterday. Anyway, so yes, happy spring or autumn for everyone. Depends on where you are in the world. So let's do the technical review of our DXL projects, and it will be great to hear from our coworkers who were in ETH Porto to hear how was it. So let's do that first. Let's get to the funny part first. So who was there? I know that Nelson, Benki, and who else? Diogo, maybe.
Diogo was there too, yeah. And
Okay.
that's
Yeah.
about it.
Okay. So tell us, guys, how was it? What do you guys did there?
I think the conference was very beginner based, I would say. But then I think we had a lot of good times with the team. I think we were able to discuss a lot, spend a lot of time with Nelson and Leo and Diego. So I think in that aspect, it was pretty fun. I think it was packed for 3 days. Um,
Okay.
yeah, we also met like different protocols. We talked a little bit to Monerium, talked a little bit to Stefan and Gnosis, and then like a bunch of other, yeah, like a lot of protocols. I think we had talks, but yeah, and people have coming from Denver. So I mean, if you compare it to that, it's like
Yeah.
5% of it maybe, but it was fun. I was super happy that we were able to meet face to face, and we had our first swapper stand up with all the videos on.
Buena. Okay. Awesome.
So yeah, I think it, yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
In my own personal experience, I agree with Benki's opinion. Like the conference wasn't first DeFi oriented, or like, yeah, it wasn't the main topic. Uh, but it was fun to talk to the few projects that were there and meet new people. Also, like some old friends from different conferences were there as well. It was very cool to meet the team. I think the best part was for me personally meeting the guys from Swapper and the rest of the Excel team, and even some that left on Nimi. But yeah, I really had a great time. I think it was very positive to be with all those, and really hope we can do it again.
Yeah,
Great. So, okay. Sorry. Sorry. You go ahead.
no problem. Yeah, I share a bit of the same opinion. I think the best of all was being with the XDAO squad and all the people. It was nice to meet Neil, first time personally. Yeah, conference-wise, yeah, it was a small conference. But yeah, the interesting part was almost being with the people you work with. There was so a few booths, not like I think 8. So it was really small, and yeah, but in that sense that I ended up only like watching 2 talks. So, but yeah, it was nice to network a bit and to be with the team members that we usually only remote. So that's always nice.
One more thing to say, despite the conference being small, The hackathon projects, there were some really good ones. I will share the ones I really liked later on. I have to go through the list because there were like 30, but there was a couple that they look very interesting, and maybe we can keep an eye on them if they keep going.
Something related to zero knowledge proof or account abstraction?
I actually did 2 workshops on zero knowledge proofs. One was for actually I think most of the DXDAO guys were there, but it was very simple workshop, very basic, but it was to show up the new Polygon ZK VM that's launching in a week. At the end of March, they are launching on mainnet. So that's definitely something to keep an eye on because it's a zero knowledge rollup, EVM compatible. I actually tried the testnet when they actually announced the public testnet on DevCon. I was at the Polygon Connect, and I tried it out on things, and I think it's really cool. We have to keep an eye on how things develop there, but I mean, it's something definitely we should watch out.
Okay. Related account abstraction, nothing.
No, nothing on account abstraction.
Okay. Okay, well, interesting. Yeah, let's keep an eye on that CK EVM that Polygon is going to launch. Let's see. Okay, so maybe we can start then with the thanks everyone for the updates. Happy that you guys had a good time. It's always the best thing of these events if meeting in person and connecting personally, which is a very important part of our organization and working together. So yeah, very happy to hear that you guys had a good time to connect. Okay, now let's start with the project updates. Let's start with DXGov. Who's going to give the update there? Tino, Fede, Milton, Tomás.
Yeah, I can go. Yeah, we're working on the 1.5 implementation. There's a lot of stuff to do still, but going pretty smooth. It's good to see, like, after all the new kind of architecture that we made to support multiple governance implementations. It's for now it's working. It's supporting the 2 different implementations pretty smoothly. So that's good to see. And yeah, basically full time and effort on that to have it as soon as possible.
Okay. Fede and Milton, any update from the contract side?
On my end, just working on an example PR of making at a DAO level on how Go 2.0 will work. And yeah, we're also working on making DXDAO contracts an NPM package so we can publish into NPM registry so we can consume from Davi. It will make our lives easier. And that's all I got.
Yeah, on my side, not much new. I spent some time doing other tasks, not so much related to the DXGov. But the next few days, we are probably going to be testing everything that we have been doing. Yeah.
Okay. Good. Looking forward for more updates the next week. Benki from Swapper, Benki or Nelson?
Yeah, so for Swapper, we are working on Li-Fi integration. I think it is almost done now. There's one error that Velu is struggling a bit on solving it. Apart from that, yeah, there's nothing that we are working on Swapper. Stackly contracts are ready. Think we need
I actually Sorry to interrupt. I deployed the new contracts with the fees during ETH Portal. I actually have up here to update the front end on Vercel, so it points to those. And after we test the new changes with the fees and make sure it's sound, we can go ahead with the audits.
Perfect. And then Sky created a post in CowSwap for getting grants for using them for Stackly. So that is in progress. And then I'm working on what would Stackly's MVP look like. Like what are we aiming to achieve? What are the goals of this product, and so on. So that is in the works, and also Neil is working on like a technical documentation of that. So yeah, that's what's happening right now in Swapper.
Yeah, and I want to add it. I'm working on Swapbox 2.0, and most of the things have been done. Right now, the functionalities have been done as well, and I was able to connect functionalities with the UI. I'm missing some things on the design side, and I'm missing some clarification also. I mean, for the design, but maybe I can even show you how it looks like right now, how it works, if there's a time for
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Awesome. Live demo.
Right now,
Yeah.
okay, give me just a second. Okay, can you see my screen right now?
See.
Right. Yeah, so right now, I mean, everything is connected, and it's connected to the previous functionalities. I was able to extract all of the functionalities. Just a second. Okay, so this is the folder which contains all of the logic and everything regarding the new swap box. I created this use swap box hook in order to separate functionalities from the UI, and over here are all of the components, and it's structured much differently right now than it was previously. All of the new design is over here as well, and if I, for example, want to switch currencies, it actually works. These indicators do not provide the real values because I'm not sure what is the logic behind that. Over here, you can choose the platform you want to swap through, and you can also switch currencies over here. Um,
Looks pretty cool.
yeah. So I mean, everything is finished. So right now, I mean, I just need some clarifications from the design side, and we can go live maybe in a week or two. And I'm not sure how should we approach the bridging and all of the other functionalities that is created in the swap box. That is not in the design as well. So it would be good if I can get some help and about those things.
Awesome. So the bridging for now is using the old UI, right?
Yeah, I mean, we actually decided to start slowly. Zed was in charge of this, so he had some things. So I wasn't able to. I didn't have everything in design, and he said that he will take care of this. But right now he's not here, so I cannot finish this without a new designer. And I would also need some clarifications from Venki on how is this intended to work. There are multiple things that need to be clarified, but right now I have all of the functionalities finished, and I guess we can maybe go live soon if we step up with this.
Awesome. Okay. Okay. Let's talk later on the week to see if we can find the resources to get this finished. Because yeah, I can't see the change. It looks, for me, it looks better than the other swap box. And I guess related to the bridging, the only thing that we will need to do besides selecting the token would be selecting the origin bridge or the bridge that you want to bridge to, right? So, I mean, choosing networks as well as tokens.
Yeah, but you can. Yeah, there's a attempt in design to do things, do that, but that said he will work more on this. And initial plan was to deliver just swapping functionality initially and upgrade it later. I mean, I can right now even show you. I mean that swap actually works.
Okay, cool. And now you're going to get a notification, right, when the
Yeah, it's
swap happens.
what?
And do you get a notification now when the swap happens, or do you reject it?
I think that you get, maybe I missed it, but you should get one. And there are also some issues with some platforms because I cannot get rates for certain platforms, and that needs to be upgraded in the old logic because I just try to reuse it. There's a reason why sometimes I'm stuck in the infinite loop because it cannot get the values from all of the
Okay,
providers.
okay. Weird, because you just did it, right?
What?
This is weird because you just did it. So,
The swap? Yeah.
yeah.
I
Okay,
mean, but
well,
this happens with the old one as well. So
yeah, okay.
yeah, I
Well,
was I was
this should be
actually
fixed.
speaking with Vance to get some help on this, um, because it's not actually a small task and there are multiple things that need to be updated. But at the end we didn't come to the agreement about that. So it would be good if maybe somebody can come up and help with this.
Which are the sources you are getting the price from? Only they are only on the graph, or are you using something else?
I mean, I think it depends on the network.
Okay, right. But but you are using only the graph on Swapper, right? Even if you switch networks.
Um, I'm not sure. Maybe Wenki can help with this.
Benki, are you getting prices and rates only from graph?
I think we also pull from the contracts directly.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think we had problems whenever the graph was out of sync.
Right.
Then we couldn't retrieve something. So the 19.1 release that we made was for fetching it directly from the contracts.
You see, nothing beats in contract storage. Nothing. It's always available. Okay, thanks for the demo, Mirko. Yeah, let's see how we can get that fixed later, because it's not a good issue to have on production.
Is there
Even
a
though it works, even though it works, as I've been using Swapper for months now, and it always works good for me. But maybe it depends on if you want to do a weird trade with a token that is not up to date, or the graph is not up to date on the rates. Maybe that can break something, but it shouldn't happen with XI and USDT, not with stablecoins.
Was there a PR there for for the swap box, Mirko?
There's not PR, but all of the progress has been pushed to the branch Swapbox 2.0.
Okay. And I haven't heard anything the last 1.5 months, so I was not too sure. I'll give it a check.
Yeah, there's a. I mean, I think that I pushed some things even today.
Okay, good. Thanks, guys. Maybe we can continue with Carrot now. We have Diogo and Benki.
Yeah. I can give a short update. I don't know. I wasn't here last week. I don't know if we talk about, but we released on Nosy Chain. That's the biggest thing. Other than that, we've been working in a lot of small fixes to the creation campaign form, and a lot of things that were incorrect. We fixed them. We had Milan started to QA testing, so we have a lot more things to fix as well. And I personally been working on campaigns filtering. So we make it, we add search functionality, and also we are doing like, we have a decentralized mode, or it's a decentralized mode where you can enable it, and then we ditch the subgraph for on-chain. So if you have decentralized mode, we get the data from the contracts directly. Otherwise, we'll get from the subgraph. So I've been working on that as well. Also other things like Oracle page. And I think it's almost it. A lot of small things. We are planning to release the first version like in 2 weeks. So we are like nailing those small things and trying to get this ready. I don't know if Venki might have something to add. But that's it from my side.
No, nothing from my side, man.
Regarding Carrot on Gnosis, what type of campaigns can you deploy or we have seen deployed?
Yeah, I think the first one would be something related to Swapper for sure. So some campaigns that are around TVL, around volume, some things like that. And then me and Sky are discussing what sort of other campaigns that we do. We haven't continued the discussion the last 2 weeks or so. It might be good to just get back and then see what sort of campaigns that we could do. I mean, Balancer is launching, and we might probably be, if we could do something with them, might be good as well.
Okay. Yeah, Balancer will be pretty much the same campaigns on Swapper, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, first we've got to try this out on Swapper and then see that flows are working good and the UX is okay, and then we probably reach out to other protocols.
Yeah, I think using it internally first would be great, so we can improve it before we launch it to the public or to a selected partner.
Yeah.
Exactly right. Well, good that the Milan now is QA testing it. So, yeah, everything should be more production ready, right? After that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, great. Well, I think that was everything. And yeah, see you guys on Keybase.
I have one thing.
Yeah.
I was talking to Adam in Porto, and he mentioned something about Graph giving us grants, these GRT tokens, for us to use in their decentralized subgraphs. And we might, for every subgraph that we use, we might need to have GRT, right? Like 500 or 1000 GRT for every subgraph that we are having. So I think it might be good for us to know how many subgraphs that we have, how much of GRT is needed, what is the amount that we will burn, and then figure out if we need to buy more GRT from the DAO.
One small thing about that, the decentralized network is not deployed on many networks. Like I don't think, for example, Gnosis is on the decentralized network. I'm not sure about the list. Like a year ago, it was only mainnet. Not sure the state now, but I know there are only a few. So I mean, some will be able to migrate, but most of them no.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the ones that we care about are mainnet, Gnosis, and Arbitrum for now, right? I mean, we care about a lot of them, but at least for governance purposes, it will be only those three networks. But even though if it is mainnet only the one, we still need to figure out how much GRT do we need to fund our decentralized nodes.
Yeah. And also, I think as dApps, we might probably want to see if we could find ways to optimize. I'm not too sure. Every query costs GRT, I think. So it would also be good if we can find ways to optimize that cost. Yeah, like not
Using Redis is a good way to optimize and like using Redis is for cache for those who don't know, but like if it becomes expensive, you can build a Redis layer on top, so you don't always query the graph, but you store things on Redis and you show them on the front end. Also, if two people ask for the same information, we will only do one query, and Redis for us is a lot cheaper than paying in GRT, most probably. And also, like a lot of data on the graph doesn't really change. But that will require some work to put that layer on top.
Okay, interesting. Yes. Yeah, let's see. First, let's get GRT. I guess it's not going to be that expensive at the beginning, right? So let's try to make sure that let's do some analysis on the networks that we are using that we are not consuming more than we need, or at least not way more than we need. And I guess we can compare. We don't need to start using the decentralized software right away, right? We can compare to the centralized version, and we can have like I know, developer version or a QA version where we can test how much we are using from the decentralized network and how much it's costing us.
I think that's also possible. Like we can measure how many requests we are doing per day or something. I don't think. I mean, we may, well, because we don't have that information, but we may be able to get that information from the graph if we ask them nicely. Because I know they have like monitoring on their hosted services. So if they can provide us like, okay, how many queries this service is receiving, we can maybe estimate the possible costs on mainnet.
Right. Yeah, let's make sure that we communicate that we need that data in order to measure how much we need to pay them. So they
with
will
their
be
own
interested.
money.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, like, yeah. Also to make sure that we are not overpaying. I mean, let's see how that will work. It's kind of weird that they're giving us money to pay them, but okay.
They need traction.
Yeah. Never say no to money. Okay. Yes.
Augusto, and maybe one. If we're done with the graph stuff, I had one other topic. Maybe I just wanted to open discussion a little bit about the future of this call. I know that Gusto will not be around as much to lead it in the coming weeks, and so I enjoy it as a place to sit in and read about and hear different things, and like technical things. Think about the Gov 2.0 presentation last week. Just what we were seeing there with the swapper stuff and this discussion here, I think is very valuable to the community, but I understand it can be difficult. So I don't know if it means we should move this maybe to every other week or some other way, but maybe thinking about a way to continue, I think, this conversation about coordination across the different technical teams, because I don't think, I don't want DXDAO to get more like siloed. And I think it's these cross communication channels here that allow for that.
Yes, yes. I was waiting to mention that tomorrow. I mean, on the next call, that is going to be my last one. I already talked about this with Benki and Ross more specifically. And what I proposed to them, and I think that is what I wanted to reconfirm this week, is that to switch the the lead of the calls every week. So we are going to have a call on a week led by a DXCOP team, and the other team by Swapper team, and the other week by DXCOP team. So this will this will allow the both teams to give like more specific updates on their specific squad every 2 weeks, right? Which I think it's plenty of time to get something to share. They don't need to share a lot of information and come up with a demo every 2 weeks. But yeah, we had also the question is that should we be doing this call every week? I think we should, because this is a place to gather on the technical level as a community, and we can always we can to come up with something to talk about. Of course, there are times on the year, for example, on December, last week of December, where everyone is like preparing, let's say, for Christmas, New Year's, or the year is ending, and uh, everything is more relaxed. Like it happened in the past years. I was working on DXL, and there are months where everything is we have a lot of content to share, and sometimes we don't. But even though it is a good, I think it's a good call to have it in a relaxed way. Like, hey, we don't need to share something like every week, but it's good to have a place to gather, and that's the important thing, to maintain this public and secure space to connect among technical developers and have a place to share highly technical content. And yeah, that's the main reason for it. So I think the squads that have been present from all this time have been Swapper at DXGov, Carrot. Well, we all have Benki from Carrot, but technically the only one, the only person I will have from Carrot is Diogo from time to time. But again, if they come from an update once a month, uh, that's it. We have 3 calls, one for Swapper, one for DXGov, and one for Carrot, where they can present like a demo or a big update on their technical progress. And yeah, exactly. We don't need to have something every week. But for example, today that we talk about Porto and we catch up around that, those are good things to talk about, because, well, looks like nothing super important happened in Porto, right? Because it was small, it was a small conference. But what if something big was released, right? And it would have been this a good place to share what happened. So yeah, the main change is that I'm not going to be present. I'm going to try to attend every week, despite I'm not going to be working for DXL. I'm going to still remain an active member. And the leadership on the call will fall under DXCOP and Swapper squads. So let's say, I imagine like one call is going to be led by Dino from DXGov, and the next one by Nelson, and the next one by, I know, Tomas, and the next one by Benki, and then by Ross. You guys can figure out whatever you want, but I think the important thing again is to keep this call alive, because it has been running since Genesis of DXL. In fact, I remember when I proposed that we started, we were like a month, 2 months, 2 months old after DXE bonding curve started, and it was always good to have it. And again, I think it also put pressure on us to remain competitive on a technical level, because if we have a weekly technical developer call every week, it put pressure on us to be up to date on what's happening and delivering progress update on that. So this is why I think that the developer call and the governance call are the most important ones. For their main reason, we are a DAO that build and invest and create products. So yeah, that is what I envision as a future of this call. Okay, that being said, I think we can close it for today and get back to work, meet in Keybase, and yeah, see you guys there.
Thanks, Augusto. Cheers.
Adios.
Adios,
Thanks,
adios, adios.
Thanks. Bye.